Okay, so I'm going to begin by setting my intention of what I want him to do. Then I'm going to lift my energy and give him a visual cue, pointing to just off to the side of his body, where I want his shoulders to go, kind of out, as if I was pointing towards 1 o'clock on a clock face, imagining that he's sitting at 12. Then as soon as he goes out onto the track, then I'm going to leave him alone. So as he goes around here, just completely leaving him alone. If he comes to a stop, that's totally fine. But I'm going to bring him to a stop, and we'll talk about the stop button in another video, and then just let him have a moment. So right now in our training, we're just at the very beginning, and I'm teaching him the answer to my questions that I'm going to use in our conversations later on. Okay, so starting again, I step back to give him some space and to let him let down as well. You can see him licking and chewing, and I'm looking to see that he relaxes a little. So again, energy and tension pointing to 1 o'clock. I lift the flag up towards his eye and then leave him alone as soon as he thinks about going. So doing less than you have to do and looking for the smallest try in the right direction, even if it's just that they think about going in that direction, you want to reward them for that by releasing the pressure. And again, bringing him to a stop, because the aim of this little session is not to work on the circles themselves, which we are going to be doing through getting really good cues of stop and go and changing direction and all of the little bits and pieces we're asking. But for now, our focus is just on getting our go button. Okay, so in this next part, I'm going to change direction, so you'll get to have a look at it from the other side. So what I want to see him do eventually is he'll rock back onto his haunches, he'll lift his shoulders and step them out onto the track. In this direction, he should step with his right leg first and really lift those shoulders and get a good reach. So many horses in the beginning, they won't really want to do it softly and smoothly, because one, they don't really understand what we're asking for, but two, oftentimes they're holding tension in their bodies. So we can tell if they are mentally relaxed by seeing if they're physically relaxed as well. So with this horse, he is naturally inclined to sort of shut down a little bit more and to fight against things. So not necessarily fight as in the aggressive way that we often look that up to, but fight as in lean into pressure rather than flight, like many of our, like what we might see in a thoroughbred or an Arab or those types of breeds. Okay, so let's take a look at that again, setting my intention, lifting my energy, and then I gently come up towards his eye with the flag, and of course stopping as soon as I see him make a try. And here we go again, giving him that downtime. It's important that we're not always go, go, go and asking them for things, especially when we're just teaching them, but also right the way through. We always want to be making sure that we're giving them a place to rest, both physically and mentally, because if we're at them all the time, then we're going to find that very quickly they will not want to be with us or working at all. Another thing I think is important to talk about is escalating pressure. So I find often if we escalate the pressure and put more and more pressure on them, we can easily put them into a fear state or a survival brain, and that's when we start to see things like the freeze, flight, or fight come out. So if we can just gently ask them, rewarding them for any tiny little try they make in the right direction, then we can have the horse respond to us and be learning instead of just reacting. And that's when we kind of get maybe the horse leaping out to the side, or that they really lean into the pressure, and we don't get a lovely soft response.